Okay. You know, it's so interesting because rarely do I feel nervous, but I feel such a tremendous amount of pressure in giving an introduction worthy of this incredible young woman that I'm sitting next to. Luama Stefanos is from Eritrea, and just 4 years ago, she literally ran to get her freedom with bullets flying towards her. She was a slave. She is now working on a grassroots organization to try to free people who are still slaves in Eritrea. I mean, I think this is one of those moments in life where you have that are so inspiring. She's incredibly brave and strong. She has spoken at the United Nations against the leaders in her country who are still enslaving people. So it's funny, I feel very emotional about it because it's just so humbling and she's just so incredible. So this is Luama Stefanos.
Thank you. I represent a humble but nevertheless oppressed and enslaved people. I represent a nation whose current human rights record is beyond poor. I represent Eritrea, a country known otherwise as an open prison, referred to as the North Korea of Africa by the Human Rights Watch. In an era where human rights is highly valued and guarded, Eritreans suffer severe human rights abuse in all forms. The youth are forcibly conscripted to an indefinite military service where their labor is exploited and they survive with just $10 a month. Worse, women conscripts are subject to sexual assault by higher ranks in the military. Underage conscription to the open-ended military service is a standard practice. Random roundups and arbitrary arrest of civilians is a common occurrence. Freedom of press is non-existent, and mere uttering of displeasure against the regime can land you in prison. Conscripts are prohibited from exercising their faith. Possessing holy books can lead to severe punishments. As a result, the youth are fleeing the country en masse. This is also my story. I was conscripted in the military at the age of 16. I fled through a dangerous route from my country, surviving the shoot-to-kill policy at the border. Religious persecution is common. In the past decade, many religious leaders, including the Orthodox Pope, have been kept behind bars. The 4 official religions operate with limited freedom. The followers of minority of religions, in particular, members of the Pentecostals and Jehovah's Witnesses, have been detained in high-security underground prisons, merely for practicing and refusing to deny their faith. The hostile policy towards religious minority groups partly reflects the society's attitude towards religious minority. As a result, members of the society have a facilitating role in the persecution of religious minority groups. This and the absence of freedom of assembly and expression have created a negative atmosphere for interfaith dialogue in Eritrea. The brutality and harassment that befell upon us makes us either a victim of fear and submission or very intolerant towards injustice. The focus of my activism has been on exposing the human rights violation in Eritrea. In July this year, my colleagues and I initiated a campaign against the national slavery in Eritrea. I gave my testimonies at the UN headquarters in Geneva, in the process up to the establishment of Commission of Inquiry. Its job to investigate the human rights violations in Eritrea. This is only the second time it has been established on a country not engaged in civil war. And it has been established for the second time after North Korea. So dear delegates, I do all this for the young Eritrean man who's languishing in jail. He could have been Meb, the Eritrean-American athlete who recently won the Boston Marathon, inspiring thousands. Or the young woman who's serving in the military while being sexually harassed. She could have been Meraf, winner of the 2014 European Championships, who made it to Sweden through treacherous routes. or the young girl who got shot at the border trying to escape. She could have been me. So, dear delegates, I urge you to assist us in raising awareness of human rights violations in Eritrea through media and other channels you have access to. Campaign and lobby your respective governments to protect and rescue refugees and put pressure on the government of Eritrea to end indefinite national service and religious persecution. Fight modern-day slavery everywhere. Remember, it too could have been you. Thank you.
Very good.